I'm Billy.
I'm Eddie.
And we are the Trick-or-Treaters. And today we decided to sit down and watch 1983 film Sleepaway Camp.
Great little movie I just saw it for the first time.
And
it slipped under the radar when it was first released.
This was one, I was at a horror convention and I was in line for a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch screening with Alan Howarth playing the music live. And while we were waiting, this guy I talked to, I asked him about this, like later on, because we were talking about horror. He said, this is an essential watch. He's like, you got to watch this because it's a slasher, but he said it's not. He said he wouldn't have called it like a grade A, but it was definitely like a cult classic. But I disagree. Wait, what the hell? Who is that?
Metagaming.
Metagaming. We have a guest today. Hello.
Metagaming Ghost.
Metagaming Ghost.
Hi.
We mentioned it before on the channel. It's great to have you.
So before we get into the film, what's your experience with horror?
I've been watching horror since I was a little girl.
Like me, seeing as she is my
Since you were a little girl?
Yeah.
She has...
I'm sorry.
We grew up with horror films.
Yes, we did.
I remember having the first 9 Friday the 13th on VHS.
Oh yes.
You had the VHS stuff, and did you have quite a bit of VHSs growing up, or?
Well, Dad had the VHS player, and then he had his collection from before he met Mom, and we just kind of went through it.
And just because, didn't you say he thought you guys were not going to really enjoy some of the films?
That would be the classic Universals.
And you're like, do you have more?
Dracula.
Yeah, he put on either Dracula or Frankenstein. I don't remember which one. And then Eddie and I looked up at him and said, "Got any more?"
And then, of course, the Alex.
Yes.
We fell in love with that genre of horror very fast.
So you're into the movies as well.
Yes. Yes.
Probably not to the same extreme that I am in, but.
Well, I mean, I know some people that just watch movies at theaters normally. Like our friend Janet, she has maybe 50 movies, but she goes to the theater almost every week. So when we start this film, going into this film, I didn't know anything. I went into this completely blind. All I knew was a summer slasher. It was different, and you need to check it out. So the whole thing is, you have Ricky and his shy cousin Angela go to the summer camp, and we're introduced to Judy, and she is typical mean girl.
Yeah,
and here's the thing with this movie: incompetent, creepy adults, bad for the kids, fun for the audience.
I want to say about first 5 minutes into the movie we met a creepy guy.
If that.
Art, the head chef,
yes.
He is talking about the kids like fresh meat. It's disgusting. It gave me a really bad vibe.
I can understand why it slipped under the radar like it did, but it is now a cult classic. It found its audience once it hit physical media.
And I believe there's at least 4 or 5 of these.
Yes. And
but
there's plenty of movies that do that. They slip under the radar in theaters, and then physical media, whether it be played on TV, VHS, rentals, all that, they find their audience. Monster Squad.
Happened to Kevin Smith a lot.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Movies that didn't find their audience until later.
Yes.
But the first thing you guys said when Art's introduced the creepy chef is, "Oh, I hope he dies first."
Oh yeah, we called that one.
And he was the one.
Well, we don't know if he survives or not. Spoilers, fair warning. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen this, but he gets splashed with boiling water. If he doesn't die, his life is altered, right? He's got to go through skin grafts.
Yes.
Hopefully he learns a lesson.
That's worse than death.
Yeah, maybe he has to learn that he can't be creepy.
That's going to be worse than death.
Wonder if he comes back in the future ones, because I haven't looked to see who returns and who doesn't.
I don't know.
I haven't either. Like I said, unfortunately for me, due to my love of film, the twist was spoiled. So
and we will get to that at the end, for sure.
I knew who the killer was going in, unfortunately, so I didn't have the shock value of an original watch.
My first suspect was actually Judy, to be honest with you, because I thought, oh, she comes off as creepy, or one of the older counselors, because we see the dark hair and like big man hands. I'm like, it's probably one of the counselors. That was another suspect I thought was going to be like one of the older counselors.
Pointed out as we were watching the movie, they pulled the same trick with the original Friday the 13th with the man hands.
Well, technically, it is a boy's hand.
And I love though the whole time she's like, oh, it's Ricky. Oh, it's the boyfriend. Why can't I think of the guy's name? The guy that was interested in Angela. They didn't say his name much.
As you're going along in the film, you're kind of trying to piece together who it could be, like who would want to protect Angela all the time.
Well,
obviously they were going after people who either upset Angela in some way or.
Well, we grew up watching similar movies.
Yeah.
We had the whole whodunit aspect in mind already.
Yeah,
because of our
trying to figure it out.
history. I do that with even TV shows.
Yeah, you try to figure it out.
Well, the fun part to me, I love isolation films and I love camp slasher films. And the thing with slashers for me has never been like what's happening. It's who is doing it and what is their motive. That's what I always like the Scream films. I know what you did last summer. Those kind of movies I love because you're trying to figure out. You're playing detective. And I love being wrong. There's been plenty of times I've been wrong.
The issue with that trying to play the detective is sometimes the filmmakers will hide that crucial piece of evidence from the audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I figured it out, and they'll run off, and then the audience doesn't get to find out what that evidence is until after the reveal, so they don't get to piece it together.
It was Colonel Mustard in the kitchen with the bagpipe. But no,
I think that was one of the options.
No, I think I like to throw in weird ones with a spork. Damn it, it was a plastic spork. No, I think
scooped at his eyeballs.
What was I going to say? With these summer slashers like this, you often have bullies, and you want them to see what's coming to them. So the one girl, I forget her name, the other one, not Judy, but the other one, Meg.
Yes.
She was going to meet up with the guy that's running the camp. And she gets killed in the shower. One guy gets stung to death by bees. Not the bees!
As someone who helps at a honeybee farm, ow.
I finally realized who it was at close to the end where the guy, the head of camp beats up Ricky because he thinks it's Ricky.
Right.
And then the killer is waiting for him.
Yeah, and he takes an arrow.
And he took an arrow to the throat.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to go out.
Reverse of the Kevin Bacon kill in the original Friday the 13th.
That's a good shot, but here's the thing. It's just when we start looking more towards Angela and near the end, you can see it in her eyes that she has, snapped.
She's been pushed past the breaking point. She has this trauma because early in the film, she lost her dad and her sister. And there's what the whole thing, we didn't know this, is that Angela is the killer, but they already had a boy. So the aunt forced her, she kept her boy parts, but grew out the hair to look like a girl. So she's been through some shit.
Full frontal nudity shot. That had to be a shock in the 80s.
Well, and there's also the scene with the two guys in bed.
Yeah.
And in 1983.
80s, I grew up with the likes of Friday the 13th, so I was fully expecting topless teenage girls, all that. Not a single topless female, and then we get the boom, full frontal nudity shot at the very end.
Yeah.
Of a boy. I was like, whoa.
So I see why this didn't do well, because it would have been a very niche audience.
Agreed.
83 people would have been paranoid of this movie. They would have been clutching their pearls and getting scared of it. The arrow kill, yeah.
Was very reminiscent of the Kevin Bacon sort of kill in the original Friday the 13th. And one of the other kills in the same film is Kevin Bacon gets the spear through the throat from behind instead of through the front.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going to look up to see how this movie did while you guys are discussing.
Yeah.
I'm going what were your thoughts on the story, the characters?
For an 80s slasher, it was enjoyable. The characters, it was another one of those, in my opinion, it was just, more teenagers to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course, then they had the shock of they actually killed the kids.
Yes.
Yes, it was off screen, but it's like, I did not see that coming.
No, you didn't, because normally...
oh, wow.
Back then...
What was box office?
This came out November 18th, 1983. It was made on a budget of $350,000 and it made $11 million.
Damn.
Wow.
And it says it got a cult following, a more positive reappraisal from critics when they reevaluated it later, and for its twist ending, which had been named as one of the most shocking and unforgettable in history. It was followed by 4 sequels: Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers; Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, returned to Sleepaway Camp in 2008, and Sleepaway Camp The Survivor in 2012. So it was one of those at first, I'm sure it was destroyed by critics, but then later...
Well, there's plenty of movies like that. They get trashed by critics and you actually sit and watch them. It's like,
As
why?
we were-
This was enjoyable.
As we were saying about like the little kids being killed, most horror movies that I have experienced, like actually have watched back in the 80s, the little kids are always safe.
Yeah, I mean, look at, I think, part 5 or 6 of Friday the 13th. There's the scene Jason breaks into the cabin with all the little kids, and he just lets them go.
Okay, it says here it's compared to Friday the 13th, but one critic said they liked it because there were some truly creative killings and interesting plot twists. Because they're not killing 50 people. It's not like boom, 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 boom. It's the pacing's great.
The creativeness of the deaths was great.
Yeah.
Outside of The Wicker Man, I don't have ever seen another movie that used the bee stings like that.
Right.
The hot water kill, of course, I had seen in...
Maybe Hunger Games. Hunger Games did one.
I had seen in the original My Bloody Valentine. But there were some creative ones. And there's only so much you can do at a summer camp for creative deaths without bringing in outside items.
That's true.
So it was enjoyable to watch.
It was.
Who do you think would enjoy this film? What kind of people?
Definitely fans of that genre of film.
Like slashers?
Yes, especially those 80s slashers. Like Hell of a Summer.
We saw that in theaters. Yeah, we reviewed that on the channel.
I think that sort of fits in that same niche audience.
I need to show you guys Hard Eyes.
They had that at Walmart. I noticed.
I have a copy, but I need to show that to you guys. It's a killer that hunts couples during Valentine's or close to Valentine's.
Well, have you guys done Prom Night?
No, we have not.
That is another one I would suggest.
I have Prom Night. I have the first one.
I've never seen that one, so we need to watch
Jamie Lee
that.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to watch it. Is it slasher too?
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Most of the horror films from that time period are slashers.
How many slashers do you think you have?
His whole collection?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jason, Michael, Ghostface, Chucky, Leprechaun, all those classics.
How do you guys feel about doing a summer slasher thing where we get together and watch slashers?
Yeah.
The problem with that is work schedules.
In the beginning of this movie, I was a little confused, which now makes sense at the end when they revealed that Angela's a boy.
Because it did look.
Because in the beginning, after the dad was killed and one of the kids was killed, it looked like it was the boy trying to get to the surface.
It was the boy, but they tried to pull the switcheroo.
They pulled the switcheroo, and then you're thinking, oh, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe it was the girl. But then at the end, they had that big shock. She looked creepy as heck in that scene too.
Could we talk about maybe a missed potential here, because they could have done a prequel with the aunt to kind of explain her thinking, because she comes across as over the top and annoying, but they could have done a film with the aunt and sort of like her getting into her head a little bit.
Maybe done a full film, but a short.
Something. They could have done a film with her because it could show like how she got so messed up to want to turn her kid into a girl.
I thought she was creepy. The aunt was creepy from the beginning.
She talked loud. She was over the top, obnoxious. Something fell off with her.
She was just like, "Hey, you know my dad means," and I'm like,
"Isn't that so nice of me?"
I'm like, "Oh my goodness!"
Like, what? You're taking credit for trying to be a good, guardian, and you're like patting yourself on the back. It was weird. But there's a story there, even a book. They could have done a book on her.
Agreed.
As far as my thoughts,
but back then they didn't really do background on those minor characters like that.
As far as my thoughts go, I would like to see more slashers. We had Hard Eyes, we've had some here and there, but not always a camp. But like Fear Street 78, that was good.
The Fear Street trilogy, which is on Netflix, has not gotten a physical release.
It needs to.
Was great because it was sort of one tale stretched across
3 parts.
3 parts from multiple decades and centuries.
But I love this movie a lot. It doesn't overstay its welcome. There's no reason for this movie to be 3 hours.
Most of the time, movies like that, an hour and a half, that's a little bit less, is a good runtime.
It is a very good movie. I did not expect the ending I really didn't, because I would be like, oh, Angela, she just went a little crazy after her family was murdered. And then the whole turnaround scene, it's like, wait a minute.
You pieced it together, right?
She's got a penis.
You pieced it
And
together.
they show it. They showed.
Full nudity, like Eddie said. Full nudity.
Which they would have been interesting because you have an actual woman playing her. So they
So
would have had to done
bodysuit or
some
some
bodysuit
prosthetic or something.
prosthetic because it's kind of far away. So it would have to. You could have had a
You
guy
pieced
standing there.
You pieced it together when they did the little flashback right before the reveal.
And the way her mouth's open and screaming, they could have used like a body. I mean, it could have been a lot of things.
Wig, anything, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually sort of curious to watch some of the.
I want to watch the commentary
listen to
sometime
the commentary on that
See
one.
how
because they have a commentary. Felissa Rose, who plays Angela,
That is Angela.
and Jonathan, who I believe that probably was Ricky. But they did a commentary with them. It also has a commentary with, it has a couple of commentaries. It says new commentary with stars Felissa Rose and Jonathan, and then original commentary with director-writer Robert Hiltzik, Felissa Rose, and webmaster Jeff Hayes. And then you also have interviews with the cast and crews, and a short film, Judy, by Jeff Hayes. So it's about Judy's character,
Okay.
which I've
Oh,
never
why is
seen
she
that.
being such a-
Yeah.
She was not
I
very
didn't
nice.
know.
She deserved what
You
she
can
got.
tell she's the mean. Even the first scene when Ricky's mentioning her, how she was so sweet and pretty to me last year, and you see her surrounded by boys,
Because she blossomed early,
and
and she's
you're just like, oh, she's that popular mean girl.
What's so funny is she wants Ricky only because another girl's looking at him. She has all these other guys wanting her, and she wants to be in with all the guys.
She wants the one she can't have.
Yeah,
Right.
Paul was paying more attention to Angela, and she didn't like that.
That was his name, Paul. Because, see, they don't say certain characters' name very much. That's another problem with slashers sometimes. You don't know.
Well, a lot of the case with that is the characters are there to die.
Have I showed you Final Girls?
I do not think so.
Final Girls is about a girl who loses her mother and her going to a screening of her mom's movie, but then there's a fire and they go into the screen, they go into the movie, but the things don't play out the way that the movie goes. So we need to watch that one too.
Oh, we know the rules to survive in a horror film.
No, but it doesn't follow the script that it's supposed
How
to
to
from
survive
the
a horror
film.
film? As soon as you notice
It doesn't,
something's
you said it
wrong,
doesn't
Oh.
follow
get
the
the heck
script.
out of there.
Not that it doesn't follow
Hey,
the rules.
Eddie, it's time. We've been talking about this forever. What are the rules to surviving a horror movie? Would you please tell the class?
Okay. Based off of the very first Scream movie.
Uh-huh.
And other things, any like horror films you've watched. What are your rules for surviving a horror movie?
Don't drink, don't do drugs, don't have premarital sex.
Boo!
Never say I'll be back.
Because you won't be right back.
You know how I would survive? As soon as I notice something's wrong, I'm getting the heck out of there.
Yeah, and don't run in the opposite direction away from safety.
Don't split up
It's
unless
like
you
that
think
one-
the person with you is
It's
the
like
killer.
this. Okay, so you're trying to run from a killer in your house. You get to your garage. You're like, oh, I could go hide in that closet over there where they're going to see me like my feet are going to be hanging out. Or I can get in my car and drive away.
Exactly.
Never trust a love interest. Never trust the cousin. Ask Sydney about Jill.
In the case
Originally,
of,
she was
no,
supposed to survive, and Sydney was supposed to lose her memory, and Jill was supposed to come back.
In the case of Scream, don't trust anyone wearing blue plaid
Don't trust anyone, period.
because
Unless his name's Randy.
if you look at the Scream killers, most, if not all of them, are wearing blue plaid at some point.
Also, if you have a working car, don't go into the creepy house and hide behind the chainsaws. Keep driving.
When you hear a creepy noise, don't go hello.
I had a film idea, and I'll tell you guys this on camera. It would be a parody where you have the main character's the narrator, and he goes, see, I kept going the running car. Those screams you hear right about now, yeah, there it goes. They went into the house because they're morons, and they all are going to get themselves killed. Don't become a victim and keep driving. Like, have a narrator talk through what they did wrong.
That would be hilarious.
And all hell is going on in the background, and they end up surviving.
Because our love of these horror films is wonderful. The problem is you get to Scream 2. There's slightly different rules with the
That-
sequel.
Reminds me of the one time that I was at my job and we thought we heard somebody upstairs and it's just us. So Carol's like, can you go look? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to go look. She's like, okay, hello. And I'm like, you don't do that.
I'm in the kitchen making a sandwich. This knife is for cutting the bread. I love it.
I was like, oh wow, okay, well I'm getting out of here. There's a door right here. I'm out.
Guys, this knife is for cutting the bread. Don't freak out.
I
All that.
was like,
Ignore the
no,
head I'm holding in
you
my left
don't.
hand.
Then I gave her. I'm like, you don't watch horror movies. I can tell you don't watch horror movies because you don't want. You hear a noise, don't go investigate. 2, you do not say hello.
Like the killer's gonna respond. Yeah, I'm in the kitchen.
Also, do not piss off somebody named Hokogo because they will probably beat you up. But anyways, so different rules, and I like Mindy how she explains the updated rules for a requel.
Yes.
And then also the post-credit scene, the greatest post-credit scene in history, Scream 5. Not every movie needs a post-credit scene. That's all she says, and that ends the post-credit scene.
I didn't realize there was a post-credit
It's the only one to have it.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is the same way. It's the only Harry Potter film with a post-credit scene.
I didn't know I had one.
And it's a picture of a book outside of the bookstore in Diagon Alley. It's got Gilderoy Lockhart in a straight jacket with the book title, Who Am I?
That's hilarious. As far as like, I like that this was different. It isn't the typical summer slasher because sometimes you have to do different stuff.
It was predictable at times, but at the other time, yes, it was different enough to shock the audience.
Right. It had twists and turns, and you have kids being kids. They're little assholes. They're bullying each other. Even the little kids, some of them are like throwing sand and water at Angela.
They see the bigger kids doing it.
They copy. I really have no critiques on this film. This is one that I highly enjoy. You just sit back and enjoy it.
It's one of those that you don't need to understand a lot. You can just sit back and enjoy it.
And then the ending when it explains stuff, you're like, oh my god.
And then
we also need to watch Weapons.
You don't have to have a big explanation. I think, well, we did get that with Friday the 13th, the original, and it worked. Not every film needs that, and Sleepaway Camp proved that.
Yeah.
With just the visuals and the slight commentary I'm going to use from the end.
It's been a while since we watched a movie with the killer point of view.
I love that.
Know, it's
the shots with the killer, so cool.
Yeah, the first one where the cook Artie, he gets hurt really badly with the pot. As soon as that killer view pops up, if you watched any 80s slasher films or anything, as soon as that pops up,
like,
you know
first person POV.
You know something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Final thoughts on this? I would say, like you guys said, the POV of the killer was incredible. The kills themselves were creative.
The makeup was amazing.
Oh yeah, like when he had after he got the boiling water.
The bird makeup was wonderfully done.
Yes.
When you get the close up, if you look carefully, you see the blisters kind of moving because it shows how badly.
I'm gonna have to look into that because I know it wasn't him because I would recognize his work and I would have seen his name at the beginning. But it was sort of reminiscent of Tom Savini.
It is.
So I wonder if it was one of his students or someone who was heavily inspired by him.
Could have been.
But Tom Savini's makeup effects were
What movies? What movies did
Savini?
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. The original. He's the one that designed the Mongoloid Jason that you see come out of the lake.
Okay, well it could be then.
And then there's also K&B, who's another makeup effects studio. They're usually the one name I remember from them is Greg Nicotero, and like Savini, the makeup effects done by them, they're always well done.
Well, for me, I've always been a big fan of practical effects over
Agreed.
CGI. When you can do it, when it's practical. What do you guys think about like doing makeup and stuff instead of doing like all computer?
Makeup.
I like the makeup better because it looks, to me, in my personal opinion, there's a lot more effort than like just typing it in the computer and letting it do it for you.
It brings it to life, I think.
Well, it's more than just typing it in.
I don't know exactly how they do it on the computer, but
trust me, there's a lot of oh nope, dry this out a little bit. It's nitpicky with some of it, but even then, some of the CG, even nowadays, some of the old CG looks better than
yes.
stuff
I prefer the makeup.
Using an example that I see scattered on the internet a lot, Doctor Strange, the Third Eye, the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Versus Davy Jones from Dead Man's Chest.
Great movie.
The CG is what happened to computer. You think you get better as we got better with computers, and the CG from Pirates looks a lot better.
I prefer it's more of the makeup and.
And we know that was
costumes and
CG because
everything
it's a
compared
lot of
to-
motion captures. How that's
Yeah,
done. So the
compared
Daisy Jones.
to doing it.
And I plan on at some point bringing in some people I know that worked in special effects that would love to sit down with. They did blue screens. They said blue screens are harder than green screens, but I want to pick their brain
The issue
and
with
have them
blue
on the
screens
channel.
or green screens is the coloring.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're wearing that particular shade or a close enough shade, that part of your clothing will disappear.
Oh, okay.
That's why if you watch the Weather Channel, if you're watching the news and when they're at the desk or whatever, the weatherman is wearing a blue or green tie and it suddenly disappears, you can tell what color screen they're standing in front of.
Gotcha. That's interesting. But I would love to have him on the channel. We plan on having more guests. You're always welcome to join at any time to come back. And
The issue with
talk about
that is
movies.
everybody's work schedule.
Tuesdays are the best days. Yeah.
My family, who I attribute to my love of film, I've talked to them about doing certain films.
Yes.
I've mentioned earlier I would love to get Dad and Uncle Matt
Yes.
here for the D&D movies.
Oh yes. Oh,
Mainly because they grew up
Dad would have a. He's already given me his opinion on the new one on the D&D.
Oh, I love the new one.
He gave
It's
me
great.
his opinion.
It's
He's
great.
Like, there's no way you could do the new one.
I need to get that still. That's a good
Nitpicking
movie.
the rules is
He
what I
is.
do.
He was nitpicking it. I'm like, Dad, they're just trying to have fun with it. They're not following the rules. I'm telling you that.
No. Roll a dice for perception.
Oh no, I do that with other
He rolls a 1. See, now shut your mouth.
What he really got on is he's more of the 3.5, and what it was is when the one girl was switching between animals so quickly.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
He's like, Wild Shape doesn't
way
work
you
like
can do
that.
It don't work like that.
But
And I'm like, Dad, just enjoy the film.
But movies like I've done that the whole roll for perception. I've done that with even slashers. It's like, oh well, they failed the perception roll.
this movie was made. It said between 325 and 350,000, which honestly,
And it made
'cause
millions back.
it made 11 million. And you can
Now,
you can use
was
your
that adjusted for inflation at all?
That's just that in that day's money. That's how much it
Damn.
was.
What
But-
would that be today? Billions?
Millions probably.
Still millions?
But they had the camp there, so a lot of it was probably just they built the sets and stuff. They did a lot of it
now,
by
that's
hand.
where another thing I would get around to watching the behind the scenes. I'm gonna have to get my own copy because thankfully you were able to bring that one.
Yeah, let's get you. Yeah, I got that at Nickel Flicks when we went there.
But I'm gonna have to get my own copy and watch the behind the scenes stuff. So I wonder if that was like an actual camp that was shut down and they just replaced the sign. Because it is one of those where it's a lot of outdoorsy. You don't see the camp too much. While you do, you don't actually see the cabins. There's a scene where they were having the water balloon fight on the roof, but if you notice the way it was done, you could probably tell the roof wasn't that far off the ground.
Okay, this is here. $350,000 in 1983 is equivalent in purchasing power to approximately $1,138,000 now.
Okay.
So it's a 225% increase.
But for those of us that
Wow.
know how those movies are done, the water balloon fight, they probably weren't very high off the ground.
It didn't look like it. It looked like they were maybe 8 to 10 feet off the ground.
No, I mean, because the way it was shot, it was just the roof. You didn't really see the building all the way to the ground. So they were probably just, maybe 8 to 10, enough to where they could just hop down, enough to where the camera was positioned just right. You wouldn't see what's below it. And that's a trick lots of people use when they're supposed to be up high. If they're doing it all practical, it's just the way the camera is positioned.
Right.
Even back in the 20s, where the Chaplin and those guys, the silent film comedians, where it was all the comedy of it was their bodies, how they moved and acted. It was camera positioning and as well as trying to remember the term. Can't remember the term for it, but where they paint part of the scenery on the glass
Yes.
in front of the
Okay, yeah. I can't think of the term either.
I was
matte
kind of
painting.
confused.
What's
I was
matte
kind
painting.
of
Matte
confused
painting.
on what you were talking about, but when you said
Yeah, I was
painted
too.
the scene, I know what you're talking about now.
You've seen plenty of older films.
Oh, yeah.
Even 2001: A Space Odyssey, they used that
Yes,
trick.
yes, they use that trick.
There's a scene at the very beginning of 2001 where this pin is floating.
Ah.
And the way they did it is a piece of glass that they could rotate where the pin is stuck to double-sided tape.
Okay.
So little tricks like that is one. When 2001 was done by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
Same guy that did Clockwork Orange and the Jack Nicholson version of The Shining.
Yeah.
But the practical effects like that are great. It's camera angles, little tricks like that you don't need these big budget computers to do.
No.
Granted, you probably couldn't do something like the Avengers back then, but not look incredibly.
Not as well,
I'm
yeah.
still
Although
wondering-
Incredible
I would
Hulk
like
would
to
look.
watch the commentary 'cause I'm still wondering when Judy dies, where does that curling iron go?
Okay, I have two theories.
Do you honestly?
Actually, hold on.
I said no.
I have-
That answer a very weird question.
I have
but that-
2 to 3 theories. One was in the throat because she would choke to
Could have
death.
been, yeah.
But then the
Well, you
scream
see
she was
it-
letting out in their hand going
You
could
see
be.
it opening
You see it open.
It could be the front. It could be the rear.
because you see the shadow open.
I'm sitting here thinking like, because it just shows the shadow, and that's it. And I'm like, where
Think about
did
like
that iron
okay.
go?
Let's think like this. Judy tormented Angela the worst, so
Yeah,
she probably
got the worst.
got the most brutal death. As far as because it's shown off screen, so that implies she's like, well, if you say you're a slut, take this, and boom, there it goes.
Oh, it could have been that.
It could have been that. It could have been down the throat, but I don't think she was choking to death because that makes it
Well,
very
she
distinct.
did cover her head with a pillow.
Yeah, so
It might have not
Oh.
been the thing. That's why I'm sitting here like, where did that iron go?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it shows
This is
her
the
like.
kind of stuff where this is what happens when we watch movies.
this is why we get kicked out of Walmart when we start talking about movies.
Before she did anything, or I should say he did anything, he put her up on the bed and you can see she's in her night shirt.
So
She don't have pants on. And then all you see is the iron open and then down it goes.
this is why she can't sleep at night. This is why she hasn't song. Like this is why we're in Walmart and have somebody on speakerphone. We have to be very careful because we are probably on a few watch lists right now.
You know this, Billy. When my mother and I were on our phone calls, I have to warn her when I'm in public.
Do you remember the Cards Against Humanity on New Year's Eve that one year?
Oh, God.
Where we were playing, somebody in the hallway was laughing because of this card you were reading.
Yes.
Yeah, we were
No
probably
joke.
on a few watch lists.
We were playing Cards Against Humanity, and
She was here.
I don't know if you remember it though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and we heard laughing outside the apartment.
That was fun.
But if you
Cards Against Humanity, and I got William Shatner and the
I am-
song question.
I unfortunately was not there for that.
I still have the video. I saw
It
the
was
video.
like, this is like years ago.
Oh.
Dad got the question. We were all playing as a family. And Dad got the question. William Shatner got caught with blank, and then one of them mentioned a thong.
Hey guys,
Because I also missed out on Giggly Betty White.
Audience, if you're watching this, would you like to see us play Cards Against Humanity
Ooh,
for the
that'd be
channel?
fun.
We could
I
do
like
like a
that.
group of us playing Cards Against Humanity for the channel. It gets chaotic though. I'm gonna warn you.
I have
It
quite a
does.
few of the expansions plus the base.
Especially if I start doing it.
Yeah, but one of my friends
That's
said,
amazing,
"Hey Billy, you're on
man.
speaker." And I said, "That's your damn problem, and that's your mistake." Because I'm not one of those people. Raise your hand if you're not safe to have on speakerphone. See, so if you're that type, you've come to the right channel.
I have no filter.
This is not made for kids. Some of the stuff we discuss, and we will
I
mark this
have a
not for
filter if
kids.
I know there's other people
For
around.
example, me mentioning the iron.
I use a coffee
movie.
filter to make my coffee in the mornings. Does that count?
I have coffee filters up there, but that's the only that and there's a filter in my Keurig.
Is
Those
it?
are the only filters I have.
Ma, they're talking about weird stuff again. What can you guys name some slashers in this? Like, what are some slashers you enjoy? Can you name a few?
You want the movies or just
The movies,
the iconics?
the
characters that we
sets. Like, what are some of your favorites?
Okay,
I really like Chucky.
Okay, let's start with you.
Child's
So
Play,
Chucky.
okay.
I like Chucky because, well, the first one, yeah, it is a little like trying to figure out what's going on, but as it goes on, Chucky's character just becomes more and more, like there's more involved with his character compared to like other slasher films I've seen. You really don't get much into the killer.
Until later in the
So,
season.
do you
Until later
think
in the
Chucky would be a
series,
good
but
series for us to cover,
I
or
would
at least
think Chucky
some of
would.
them? Because Bride was one of my favorites. A lot of
Some of
people.
them, yes, because after when you hit Bride and then the later one until you get to Curse and Cult, and then again the TV show. I don't know if you've seen that. I know Alex has seen part,
I loved it.
but I've got all 3 seasons on disc.
I know you do.
Oh, you name a slasher. We can rotate. What's one you like?
Norman Bates.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Okay.
Psycho.
Psycho. I actually got to play Norman Bates in a theater skit at the Halloween show we
I've never
did.
seen the show.
Bates Motel. Couple episodes here and there, but not a lot.
Do you remember the taxidermy scene? I reenacted that with one of my theater members. We did that as a scene for the second Halloween show.
You did.
And I thought I did a good job with that one because I never got to play like a character I connect to. So I read that character. I'm like, how would he react? How would he think?
Like Sleepaway Camp, going into Psycho, being its status as a classic film, I knew going in the twist and all that with it being Norman.
Right. I did not when I saw it the first time. Fear Street's my favorite horror trilogy of all time. That's probably my favorite. And then Scream's probably up there too.
Ghostface. What's good about Ghostface is it's not the same person in the mask.
I wish they would bring back some though, and I think we are going to get some back in this new movie.
I wonder if we watch more of these like Sleepaway Camp films, would it still be Peter?
We don't know who all comes back.
I know Angela comes back for the. Let me look up the second one.
I was just say, I wonder if it's still going to be the same killer.
But while he's doing that, we got another slasher.
Do you have any others?
Another slasher I really liked.
And you don't have to like the whole series.
Do you have I know what you did last summer's pretty good.
I don't know if I would technically classify him as a slasher.
Who?
Hannibal.
Not so much a slasher.
More of a serial killer.
But I understand where you're coming from. And yes, I love the Hannibal Lecter movies.
I feel like that would be a good thing to have.
I have all 5 of them. Only
I love the show where he eats.
Only 4 of them have Anthony Hopkins in them, though.
I know.
Oh, no. Only 3 have Hopkins.
And then there's the show.
Rising, and that's Matt Mikkelsen,
he played very good.
Who is the actor that replaced Johnny Depp as Grindelwald in the third Fantastic Beasts movie. And while I was...
Dad had an old man moment the other day. He was like, you know that guy would be a good James Bond villain? And I'm like, he is, Dad, in the casino.
Oh, yeah. But, oh, no, I did that to Dad. We were sitting here playing Gauntlet on my Xbox. And Dad walked in, saw the old arcade screen and went, oh, God. But when you see as many movies that we have, stuff slips your mind.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
That is one thing. That is something I would like to watch on this channel and review more is all the Hannibals.
That'd be fun.
I've got them all. And Manhunter is actually just a
You have all Hannibals, including when he's the young one. That's a good one. That was my favorite.
Rising was good, not my favorite.
Rising was my favorite.
Silence of the Lambs.
Because it explains
Silence of the
more of his
Lambs.
story. Hello, Clarice.
But, okay. You mentioned Ghostface. Okay. A Leprechaun.
Leprechaun, yes. Yes, I love Leprechaun. Little green dude following you around. We still have that joke in the family. I would sneeze. I don't just sneeze once. I sneeze multiple times.
Bless you.
And nobody would be like, we didn't see it. We don't see him.
Yeah, I think we need to watch the rest of this series. It says she comes back. The actress that played her comes back in 2008 to return to Sleepaway Camp. And then again in 2012 in Sleepaway Camp, The Survivor. So she's in 3 of the films total, and there's 2 of them that her actress isn't in.
Is she coming back as like a different character or as?
No, she comes back as Angela Baker. Oh, it says archive footage in the Survivor, and then in Return to Sleepaway Camp, she shows back up as Angela Baker / Sheriff Jerry. So she's actually physically in the Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Okay,
but the other ones. The same actress is not in it. I think it's a different actress playing her.
Okay.
So there's multiple actresses playing it.
I love those movies.
I have those now because your mom gave them to me.
You have some of them. I don't think you have them all, though.
I think I have
There's
most of them.
There's like 8.
I think I have. There's a multi-pack that I have.
5 and 6 and 7. Yes, 8, I think.
Yeah, so I don't have all of them then.
6.
6 of them, and then they made one. Origin.
I have one that's by itself.
And then
New ones. I didn't like the other 2. I like the original 6.
That's because it's not work, Davis. That's the problem. And let's get into that real quick.
Yeah, I will say
With
that's
Jason, they can get away with recasting a different actor.
There's 8. There's 8 films.
Same with Michael. But the Leprechaun and to an extent Freddy Krueger, the way the actor plays the character.
Yeah.
Because they tried to recast Freddy when they did Nightmare 2.
Really?
They did.
And it
didn't work.
It didn't work, so they brought back Robert Englund.
And he makes a cameo in Stranger Things I absolutely love. But Robert Englund does great. I've only seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street, which I have a copy. I need to rewatch it.
I've got them all.
But I'm hoping we can get more. With you joining us here more often, I would love to start doing more of these like slasher. Like you said, scheduled. We're going to have to figure out like a day where we can just all day just watch movies and stuff. But yeah, I love the film.
Having grown up with movies from this era, not just slasher, horror, and all that, but all genres, it's great having someone that grew up watching these with me. I do remember the first time Dad showed us Fog.
I couldn't sleep for weeks.
He showed us.
There's a reason. Dad timed it just right. I don't think he meant to do it. Right after I watched this movie with him, the next morning I wake up and there is a thick fog outside.
Oh my God! You summoned it. She summoned it. She's meta. She is meta. She's meta.
No. We saw the remake back in the.
I saw it, and then there's fog the next morning, and I'm like begging Dad not to make me go down there.
And I'm just sitting there. Don't go into the fog.
Do it. Don't be a wimp. So how many versions of there are there? Two. So, and which is the one that we were gonna be watching?
The original. The remake has Tom Welling.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch a movie, in my opinion, if you're gonna watch a movie from back in the day, you need to watch the original.
Yeah.
What I was saying was, the first time we watched the remake first because it was just after it come out.
Mm-hmm.
We were all fine watching it. We
Sure.
put the original in, and our little brother Sean was hiding behind Dad's chair.
Or when we watched The Blob.
Our
brother would not eat Jello for weeks.
I was.
Oh jeez.
Unfortunately, I was visiting my mom at that time, so I did not get to experience that. But that is one I have.
No, we watched The Blob, and if you guys have ever seen the Blob film,
I have not.
This monster that is like this goop.
That sounds pretty cool.
It looks like
Goosebumps did one like that. They did an episode.
Like Jello.
The Blob that ate everything.
Yeah, the Blob that like ate everything.
That's the Goosebumps
That's the
one.
80s one. Now there is one from the 50s.
Scream now while there's still room to breathe.
But it's like
Blob.
it's Jello. It's like a giant killer Jello.
So Sean,
our brother, would not eat Jello. He would not let it go near him. And Mom's like, "Why won't you eat it? You love Jello." And he's like, "It's gonna eat my insides."
He went up, blub, blub.
This sounds great. It sounds funny as hell.
You'll love it.
But
I would love
movies
to see
like
this.
that where they've been that actually this is the remake. The original came out in the 50s.
Do you have the original?
No, but I have seen it due to streaming.
Which one do you think the original's better?
God bless you.
Yeah, go wipe your face there, buddy, and arm.
No,
I'll let him go get cleaned up real quick.
It happened.
It's fine.
But
The problem is the original is in black and white.
It is.
Oh, okay. I'm
The
okay.
one
I like
that-
black
Well,
and
it
white
is
though.
good. The color in the remake, I think, is
Yes.
better.
Dad had us watch the remake. I think Dad does it with his twisted little black heart. He does this to us on purpose because he knows that we're more visual. If we see something that scares us, we'll compare it to something in real life and then become terrified of it.
That's great. That's good parenting. I like it. I approve.
But I mean, whenever we do our binge of the Universals, he'd go to, I think, Casey's. There was a candy store, and he'd go and get black and white M&Ms.
I've seen things you can only imagine.
Or my favorite thing he used to get when we were little, the Goo-Goos.
So, hey, how many times have you?
How about the
seen
Goo Goo Muck?
Exorcist? Sis, how many times have you seen The Exorcist?
One time.
How many times have you seen it?
167 times.
What?
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Not to mention you're talking to a dead guy. So what do you think?
You think I'm called that?
Wait, you watched 167 times? Guys, what the hell is wrong with you? Jesus.
That tells you how much we love Beetlejuice. We can quote that.
Damn.
Okay, so any more thoughts on the movie? Sleepaway Camp?
That was actually enjoyable.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I
That
like
is
summer
one-
slashers.
There's some that you've introduced me to due to you picking them up at the shops and all that.
Which we need to go to more.
That I've heard of, but I've never been able to, I haven't gotten able to get my hands on because of budget restraints and all that.
Judy, her face, if you put green makeup on that, she could have been the Wicked Witch of the West. She has
She
a very.
could have. I could totally
I
see
could
her
buy
playing
her.
a version of Elphaba.
And did you know that, who was it? Mr. Rogers had Margaret Hamilton on his show to try to de-scare people because everyone saw her and immediately got scared.
She talked them through it as she was putting the black dress and the hat on, all that. She didn't have the green makeup.
I think we need to watch Wizard of Oz for this channel at some point.
But
because it sounds like a good movie, but when you start peeling back the layers behind the scenes, it was awful.
Oz.
I've seen that one.
Oz the Great and Powerful.
I've seen that one, yeah.
Because the Wicked Witch of the West looks like a normal person.
Have you seen The Wiz?
I have not.
The Black Wizard of Oz. We need to do a Wizard of Oz series where we go through and watch Wicked, Wicked for Good, Wizard of Oz, The Wiz,
that's one that's on my
and Great and Powerful.
Michael Jackson, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Wiz.
Oh, it might just be pizza sauce.
No, it could have been his lip too.
No, pizza sauce.
Yeah. Okay, so there's Wicked, Wicked for Good. There's The Wizard of Oz. There's the Oz, Great and Powerful.
We bounce
Wiz.
around. This is normal.
Yeah.
us.
So there's what, 5 at least? Is there another film?
No, Return to Oz.
Return to Oz has 6.
But sets like that, trying to hunt down all those little films can be difficult
It can.
because they don't always put.
You can go online. You can go online, fine. But we get all hyped up on coffee. We bounce around or caffeine.
Okay.
I had a large
The
coffee.
problem
You
with
had
that is going
soda.
online is take account my Halloween set. Would have if I'd done a bit more research, I could have gotten the first 8 for half of what I paid for that.
So, what was probably your favorite death in the scene and why?
Ooh, Eddie, start with you.
I'm just gonna have to start asking questions.
Yeah.
Stuff like that works.
Like
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I named the Metagaming Ghost. I was at a D&D.
She was
Oh my God!
She was supposed to just
I
sit
was
and
supposed
observe.
to just sit and observe, and I kept asking questions.
And giving tips, and she'd go, "Okay, bye."
If anybody was like, "Hey, somebody asked a question," I'll ask a question. So, what was your favorite death and why?
Favorite death? Like I said, there were some fun ones. Not too many that I hadn't seen before. The curling iron, even though it was off skill scene, definitely creative. Death by curling iron makes the list.
I still want to know where that curling iron was.
You know what I mean, Jordan.
I think we know. I think we know. That's what makes it such a good death.
You know what I mean by the list.
Yeah.
Death by curling iron. The list, as I say, started out with the Lost Boys. That infamous scene where he shoots.
We need
the
to watch
vampire
that
with
too.
The arrow. The arrow hits the stereo. Vampire gets electrocuted, and he just goes death by stereo.
Yeah, we got to watch it. We got to watch it for the channel.
So me and Dad, every time we
want to watch that one with us, okay?
A horror film like this, whenever we see a really creative death, it gets added to the list.
So what was your favorite death again?
Death by curling iron.
Death by curling iron. What was your favorite death?
Although the B one was cool
What
too.
makes that good is because you have to imagine.
I know, it's like-
that's what makes it so good. The other ones are so obvious. Like the arrow's cool, but to me, the shower one, because she's in the shower and it literally goes down her back, so it's like
wall, so you don't see the actual
the
puncture.
pain, and then she's just dead.
With the knife going through the wall, so you don't actually see it.
Yeah,
It may not have been the most creative,
it's the way she was acting.
but the way the
like,
actress pulled it off was great.
The one you see, we'll say it this way: the favorite death where you actually see everything, the shower, the curling iron one, because like she said, where the hell did that curling iron go?
The B one was cool too, but that's maybe just part of me.
And what's ironic is that's the deepest someone ever went into her.
The B one was cool too. That may be due to the fact that I do help out at a honeybee farm every now and then. But
that camp has quite the buzz after that. Like I said,
Yeah, I think my favorite death, honestly, is probably the curling iron one.
Curling iron.
I still want to know where it went.
The most though, like ow,
do not Google. There will be answers.
Yeah, we got to Google right after this. But the most owl one, I think, is the water boiling because it's constant pain.
Yes,
it's all over. It's continuous pain.
No,
even if he survived.
Just
if while he's experiencing it. That's probably the most. Or the stings actually be pretty rough.
As someone who has been stung repeatedly, yes, it hurts. I got stung once here.
It's right below the eye. I guess I got an eye by a wasp once when I was a kid.
In quick succession. So I come back, go to work the next night at my normal job, pull off my ski mask because it was cold. They were swelled up. My boss tells me, "What did you do?" I got in a fight. You should see the other guy.
What about your hands? What was the time you got stung in the hands? I remember you had like swollen hand.
I was working. I couldn't write with gloves, and I was trying to take notes for the beekeeper. And my hand got stung repeatedly.
You need a suit.
Not just once or twice.
You need a bee suit, all black.
No, white. Bees don't really like darker colors.
Oh, okay.
Noted.
Yeah, but your whole body's covered.
Yeah, but like I said, I couldn't write with the gloves on.
Yeah.
So they went for my hands and they swelled up bad. My brother down in Missouri got a hold of me. Hey, do you want a game? I sent him a picture of my hand. My nickname from then on was Balloon Hand because of how bad it had swelled up.
So yeah, we watch movies, then we tell stories in our personal lives because movies have a way of like it's a different art form, and I think watching movies by yourself is one thing, but when you actually get a group and discuss it, it's fun. Like today, we had pizza bagels, so we ate healthy, obviously, and we're discussing film.
Pizza bagels are normal dinner and lunch for me. What are you talking about? I live out of my microwave.
He does. I've actually seen him crawl out of a microwave when he woke up one morning, and it was terrifying.
You've seen the ring where she crawls out of the TV?
Oh, the theater show. Remember when one of our cast members came crawling out of the TV and did the whole walk? Oh, that was the show stealer.
What who was your first suspect as the killer and why?
Early on,
unfortunately, I cannot answer that.
You can. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
My first suspect, honestly, when it was hard to say when it showed a guy. I didn't think it was Ricky, though. I honestly didn't. I thought it was going to be that older counselor that was kind of one of the guys. Not the old guy, but you know what I'm talking about? Like the older, maybe the older teens. I thought it was one of the counselors.
Yeah.
Because they would have access to everybody's cabin, and they would know their way around the camp. So I thought it was somebody who had attended there previously. And so I didn't think it was Ricky. I had no way did I think it was Angela. I thought it was definitely one of the counselors. What about you?
I'm gonna be honest. I honestly, the first suspect I had was Ricky,
and I could see it
because everybody that continuously got killed was somebody who had gone after Angela.
Right.
And I would think Ricky would do something because he's so protective of her. Then I thought it was Paul because Paul obviously had a crush on her.
Then they showed the dark hair, and I'm like, okay, it can't be Paul.
Not once did I think it was Angela.
Me either.
Towards the very end.
Yeah.
Could it be Angela?
Yeah, but
I thought about it because if you watch as she stared at people, you can just see it.
Well, when she tells him to take his clothes off, you're like, something's off. Something bad. Because she was so hesitant to be touched. And then out of nowhere, she's comfortable with like getting naked with the guy. And then she's like, oh, he's okay. His head was freaking disconnected from his body.
Because they were saying, Angela. And he's just sitting there smiling like he doesn't hear.
You know what's bad, though, is he wasn't headstrong. He had his head in the game. So we have dark humor. See, my coworker said, I heard you have dark humor. I looked at her and said, that's funny. I never said I was joking. But I love this movie. Let me ask you guys a question. How do you feel about the summer slasher genre, or like what are your favorite things about? Yeah, as a whole. What do you think about like slasher camp slashers like this?
Okay, well the issue with that is if you space out watching them, they're okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But like me and my mother like to do, we will binge watch a series. So take Friday the 13th. When we did that, we actually mixed it with the Nightmare on Elm Street because of Freddy vs. Jason. But we watch them in release order. So we did have a space out between the summer camp slasher.
Sure.
Mixed in with Freddy. And I've been in the past where I've binged just the Fridays. And after a while, they get really repetitive. So
I can see that.
And that's anything. I mean, take the Aliens. We just did that. I just did that one, but once.
Yeah.
I'll call her back.
But
like, do you like some like camp slashers?
I haven't really seen much camp slashers.
Sure.
Like the second camp slasher I've seen. The other one is obviously Jason.
Right, and I've seen Fear Street 78. I tell you what,
the Fear Street and Hell of a Summer
one trilogy I want to show you guys is called the X trilogy. X, Pearl, and Maxine.
You've mentioned
The
those
basic
before,
premise. Let me tell you the synopsis. A group of people want to make porn videos.
Does the fact that Jenna Ortega is in the first one have anything to do with it?
What? Okay, so anyways,
The Wednesday TV show.
a group of people decide to make a movie, but they don't have a big budget, so they stay at this old couple's second house. But the old couple gets jealous because they're young and able to physically get involved, so they start killing them. That's the whole premise of this trilogy, is that it's like that's how it starts. There's X, then there's Pearl, which is a prequel that is filmed like The Wizard of Oz, like that kind of color dynamic. And then the third one, Maxine, is about Maxine a little bit later, and there is a serial killer on the loose, and he's murdering people. Lily Collins is in that one. Halsey, the singer's in it, the third one. But yeah, it's got a lot of great cast. Mia Goth.
Yeah, great movie.
It was a great movie. I did not expect the ending.
Me either. When I first watched it, I was just told it was different.
I didn't expect any form of nudity because there, again, like Eddie said, there wasn't any topless girls, so you didn't expect a freaking full body.
Well, considering this is an unrated version, it doesn't. It's not rated. It's unrated, which is even worse. There is a difference. If you see not rated, it was because it was made too early to get a rating.
Right.
And then there's unrated, which is beyond R, but not NC-17.
Yep.
But it was a very good movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the makeup. I enjoyed
the
story.
Judy was a bitch, and I wanted her to get what was coming to her.
First is we pointed out the characters of like, yep, that motherfucker. That bitch is gonna die. That one's gonna die.
I hope that one. Yeah, you start picking out like what you want to happen.
As experience
alone.
Right.
Experience with these movies.
If once one of those characters that you don't like, and they make it that way to where the audience don't like them, once they go alone, they're just like, you're gonna die.
But final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Great movie. I'm glad. I don't actually enjoy binging a series unless it's a story that goes together, because like you said, it can get repetitive. So like with this, maybe in 6 months I would like to watch the second one, or a few months, but I kind of like to have some other movies
I
in
wouldn't
between.
go months, but I enjoy,
or even a month, let's say.
When we would do it, when we do sets with Dad and them, it'd be due to school, it'd be like 1, maybe 2 a night, depending on when we get started.
Sure.
And that'd be fine, but when it's your day off and you just sit and binge.
See, I'll do that with like Wednesday or Stranger Things, but I like watching one movie and then having a break, unless I'm having friends over. We're doing, like you said, a marathon or something.
Right now, the Wednesday series, Pugsley's my favorite.
Pugsley is?
I like Pugsley.
I think Pugsley gets too much hell.
Outside of Wednesday,
I just
Fester.
I just like how he's how do I put it? I just like how he's that different kid, a quiet kid in the back. I think I like that. I would go Wednesday, Fester. He's the kind of kid I'd want to be a friend with.
Thing, Enid.
Enid's cool.
And then if I were to pick a fifth, God.
I like Pugsley.
Well, no, I would say Gomez.
Gomez was
most underrated Sheriff Galpin. I was really hoping for a character redemption arc.
He is not what I'm used to the Gomez from the Addams Family movies.
They went by the comics, yeah.
I did not expect Gomez to be like that, because if you look at the flashback where Gomez is younger, he's more of what we would expect, and then when he got older, it's like
she is used to Raul Julia,
not the comic book accurate.
I'm sitting here looking at it like this.
Opposite Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci.
Well, there's the point that I'm trying to put, is that when he was younger, he was more, I'm ready to do this, like we would expect for Gomez. Then he got older, he's like, really?
But once again, Sleepaway Camp, great little
Very
film.
Good. I would definitely recommend it.
Definitely give it at least one watch.
Yeah. And you can find it. You can go online to find it.
For those of you that have already seen it, but maybe it's been a while, go back, rewatch it, see if his tastes have changed. Because there's been cases like that where my point of view as a film have changed when I went back and watched it. Take the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, for example. It gets a lot of hate.
Yeah.
But I went back and watched it recently, last year, the year before, when me and Mom did our binge. And it's not a bad movie. It is enjoyable. The problem is people. You when you compare it to the original films, that's where it gets the rap.
I gotta give directors and film writers and all that some credit because taking something from like a book, especially with those fans out there that are real big fans of the book, and you change even just the one little detail for the movie, they lose it.
For one little thing, yeah, I give
the,
a little bit of liberty.
Interview with the Vampire series. So many people went off because Louis is black.
I give a little bit of liberty to creative.
I like how they did it. He was
creative changes for directors. I give them a little bit of or writers because if you make it the exact same, it's too predictable. I understand maybe adding a little detail in there to make it your own. To put your own. But the Final Thoughts, great movie.
Great little movie.
Yep. That's all we have for this one. We'll see you next time.
Hopefully we'll have more guests, whether it be the Metagaming Ghost or maybe someone else.
Yeah, and I heard your mom was almost casting Leprechaun because of the height.
Oh. You know, technically speaking, she is a midget. She's under 4'10".
Oompa, oompa, oompa-dee-doo.